You might be expecting a certain quarterback from the Washington Commanders to be in today's top 5, and yep, he's there. But we have baseball and basketball and even some hockey as well. We'll tell you which cards are going up the most now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. And what a week this is for the sports card hobby. We have Culture Collision here in Atlanta, a very nice card show just around the corner from Cards HQ. It is taking place Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And here at Cards HQ, we are hosting the official Culture Collision Trade Night Saturday night here in the shop. So if you're anywhere near the Atlanta area, get here this weekend and get to our trade night Saturday night. It is going to be a lot of fun. But no matter where you are, what is always a lot of fun is watching your cards go up in value. And hopefully you have some of the cards on today's list that have been going up a lot. And of course, today's top 5 is sponsored by Whatnot. Whatnot has awesome live auctions every day and night starting at just $1 for packs, boxes, breaks, singles, and more. It's a lot of fun, and if you scan the QR code on your screen or use the special link in our show description below, you're going to get $15 in free credit when you sign up for Whatnot. Okay, let's start by taking a look at the overall sports card market with the Market Pulse by Market Movers. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Over the last 7 days, the SCI 500 index of 500 of the most prominent sports cards has inched up once again. It is up almost 1%. Over the last week. Over the last 30 days, it is up over 4%. It has been a great run for the sports card market to close out December and to start January. As typically happens every year, sports cards heat back up again at the start of the year, and it has happened now once again. So hopefully this is the sign of great things ahead for the sports card market this year. But now let's talk about some of the cards that are going up and down the most. It is time for today's top 5 cards. We're starting today's list with a cold card, as we do every week, because it's a reminder that sometimes the hot cards you see featured on this program, they can sometimes quickly turn cold, and it is a lesson to not always follow the hype. Our cold card this week is Tyreek Hill, the wide receiver of the Miami Dolphins. Well, at least the Miami Dolphins for now. He may not be with the Miami Dolphins next season, we'll see. But the Dolphins did not have the season they hoped for. They missed the playoffs for the 7th time in the past decade. And Tyreek massively underperformed this season. He had really good seasons in 2022 and 2023, but this season, not the same. Of course, Tua wasn't there for part of the year. And also Tyreek was playing with a broken wrist for a majority of the season. That could not help things at all. But he ended the season short of 1,000 receiving yards, 41 yards shy of 1,000 receiving yards. That was the first time he had not broken 1,000 receiving yards since 2019 when he had an injured shoulder all season. And now that we are in the offseason, Tyreek has been vocal about leaving Miami and may go to a different team. Now, if that happens, when that's announced, his cards will probably get a little bit of a boost at that moment in time. But right now, they're down. And let me show you what I'm talking about in Market Movers. Here we're looking over the last 180 days. So this is really the story of the entire season. We're going back here to about a month or so before the NFL season started. And you can see over the course of the season, just a general downward trend all season long for all of Tyreek's cards. And the ones that we're specifically looking at is his 2016 Prism Silver in PSA 10, his 2016 Optic Base in PSA 10, his 2016 Optic Hollow in PSA 10, his 2016 Optic Red and Yellow in PSA 10. People like that one because of a color match with the Kansas City Chiefs. And then finally, his downtown from this year, his 2024 downtown in raw condition. And over the course of the last 180 days, these are all down a lot, anywhere between about 30% and about 52%. For example, his Prism Silver over the last 180 days dropped from $192 down to $115 in PSA 10 condition. And if you had bought his Donruss Downtown right when it came out this year, which you shouldn't do, never buy the card immediately when it comes out because it often cools off. And that was the case here. $550 was the first of his Donruss Downtowns, and most recently sold for $264. So that is quite the drop over the course of this year, over the course of the last few months on his 2024 Donruss Downtown. Hopefully hopefully Tyreek will see some of this reverse in the future when he does sign with a new team. But now let's talk about cards going up, and we're starting with our investment card of the week, and this week it is Jerry Lucas, and specifically Jerry Lucas's 1969 Topps rookie card. Now, you guys may know Jerry Lucas played professional basketball for many years for a few different teams. He played for the Cincinnati Royals, the San Francisco Warriors, and the New York Knicks. He's a very notable figure in basketball history, celebrated for his exceptional rebounding and his basketball intelligence, and he averaged an impressive 15.6 rebounds per game over his 11 seasons. He was a 7-time All-Star, a 3-time All-NBA first-team selection, and he won an NBA championship with the New York Knicks back in 1973. He, of course, has been inducted into the Hall of Fame and was named as one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history. So there you go. By the way, he's going to be turning 85 years old in a couple of months. So there you go. Jerry Lucas, and this is his 1969 Topps card, his rookie card that we were just talking about. We're looking at it here on the chart over the last year, and we've got PSA 6, 7, PSA 5 and PSA 9 on the screen. So a variety of different grades, different price points for this card. And you can see that these have all been moving up nicely in the market over the last year. In fact, those ones are up anywhere between 56% and 92%. Wow. Now, some of these were pretty inexpensive to begin with, right? Like you can get a lower grade Jerry Lucas rookie card for not very expensive. A PSA 5 is currently around $45, but a year ago it was down at about $28. A PSA 6 is currently around $70, but a year ago it was about $36. So those have moved up really, really well. If you want to go to the high end, go all the way up to a PSA 9. One of those just sold a couple of days ago for $12,000. But what's notable is that a year ago, another PSA 9 of that card sold for just $6,700. So we've gone from $6,700 to $12,000 in 1 year on the PSA 9 of Jerry Lucas's 1969 Topps base card. Great to see the vintage card market doing so well, and especially these 1969 Topps basketball cards getting some real love over the last year in the sports card market. Now let's talk about some players playing today. And in the number 5 spot on today's list is Connor McDavid, the center for the Edmonton Oilers. Now the Oilers have been heating up. They are now in second place in the Pacific Division. They look primed to potentially make a nice playoff run. Of course, they did that last year. If you remember, they got all the way to the finals. And of course, Connor McDavid, a huge reason for that. They took the Panthers to 7 games last year. They ultimately lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, but maybe this year they're going to have a chance for another long playoff run. And if they do, it will definitely be McDavid who will be instrumental in putting the Oilers in that position. This season, he is tied for 4th in assists, and he ranks 4th overall, 4 points. So another nice year for Connor McDavid. He did, by the way, just get suspended for a couple of games for cross-checking, but he'll be back soon, just a few games, right? And let's take a look at his cards here in Market Movers. Now, his 2015 Upper Deck Young Guns base card in PSA 10, it's actually slightly down over the last 30 days. One just sold yesterday, and so maybe actually that suspension actually caused that to slightly dip. You can see it slightly dipped down over the last couple of days. But his other cards, they're all up over the last 30 days. The PSA 9 of his Upper Deck Young Guns base card is up 12% over the last 30 days. The Raw is up 25%. His 2015 Upper Deck Portraits card, UD Portraits PSA 10, that one's up 8% over the last 30 days. And then how about this one? His Future Watch Auto in PSA 10, numbered to $9.99, one of his very best rookie cards. This one just recently sold for $13,600. That is up quite a bit over the last 30 days, up 31% over the last 30 days. So there is serious money going into Connor McDavid right now as hockey card collectors and investors are anticipating another Oilers playoff run. Let's go to baseball for the number 4 card today, and it is Roki Suzuki, the pitcher, now for the Los Angeles Dodgers. On Friday, the Japanese pitching sensation announced his decision to join the Dodgers, and of course the Dodgers are coming off of a World Series championship. Now their roster is getting even stronger with Suzuki joining the squad. Some are now calling them an empire. Suzuki, by the way, many consider to be the best international free agent prospect since Shohei Ohtani. So the Dodgers are definitely going to be the favorites to win the World Series this next season as well. If they do that, by the way, they'll become the 8th franchise in history to win back-to-back World Series. Do you think the Dodgers are going to get that done? Let me know what you think in the YouTube comments. And let's take a look here at Market Movers at some of Suzuki's cards. And yes, Suzuki has cards because he has some Japanese League baseball cards. This is from 2021 Topps Chrome NPB. This is his base card from Topps Chrome in raw condition. We're also going to look at his refractor card from that Topps Chrome Japanese set in raw condition as well. And then this is the non-chrome. This is the base version, 2021 Topps NPB. We're going to look at that in raw condition as well. And then, by the way, Suzuki was also in 2023 Bowman Chrome. This was his World Baseball Championship flag refractor, number to 499. We'll look at this one in raw condition as well. This is now quite a valuable card. So if you have any 2023 Bowman Chrome sitting at home, check to see if you have this card, because if you do, it's $265 as of today. These cards have all gone up, as you can imagine, a ton over the last 30 days, and really just the last few days since the signing with the Dodgers was announced. These are up anywhere between 16% and 144%. I mentioned that 2023 Bowman Chrome World Baseball Classic flag refractor, that's selling for $265 today. That was only $109 30 days ago. And a similar story with all of these cards. They're all up quite a bit. The 2021 Topps Chrome refractor, the Japanese card, in raw condition 30 days ago was $104. Now it is $180. So hey, I guess if you get a sign with the Dodgers, it means good things for your card prices. Let's jump over to the NBA for the number 3 card today, and it is Kade Cunningham, the guard for the Detroit Pistons. Now, we are just over the halfway mark of the NBA season, and the Pistons are very much in contention to make the playoffs. That's something new for them. We haven't seen that recently. And you know, the Pistons actually started the season a little bit slow. They were 10-16 through their first 26 games, but since then they have turned things around and they have posted a 12-5 record since that point. The turnaround can be accredited to some remarkable performances by Kade Cunningham. Cunningham is averaging 24.3 points and 9.4 assists per game this season, and he has recently posted 20 or more points in the last 6 games. So people are getting a bit excited about him again, just like they were back in his rookie year of 2021. Let's take a look at some of his cards here in Market Movers. We're going to look at his 2021 Prism cards. We're going to look at the Ice in PSA 10 condition. We're going to look at the Red Ice in PSA 10 condition as well. Let's look at the Silver in PSA 10 condition. And then let's look over at his Optic Blue Velocity, kind of a color match here with Detroit. We'll look at that one in PSA 10 condition. And also his Optic Hollow, all of these from 2021, his rookie year. We'll look at that one in PSA 10 condition as well. You can see these have really moved up nicely over the last 30 days on the chart. These are up anywhere between 21% and 40, almost 49%. His Prism Ice jumped from $56 to $80 over the last 30 days in PSA 10. The Red Ice from $56 to $82. The Prism Silver from $255 up to $379. The Blue Velocity from $50 up to about $61. And the Hollow, $90 up to $115. Those are some nice increases for Kade Cunningham. You knew we were going to have some football cards in today's list with the playoffs getting down to the end. And in the number 2 spot, it is once again Saquan Barkley. Saquan Barkley has been on the top 5 recently. He remains in the top 5 for good reason. He continues to be absolutely dominant, particularly when the Eagles play the Rams. Because, of course, if you remember back to the regular season, that was the game when the Eagles played the Rams when Saquon compiled 302 yards from scrimmage. And then this past Sunday in the divisional round game, Eagles versus Rams, Saquon did it again. He had another game with over 200 yards on the ground, and he set the Eagles' single-game playoff rushing record in the process. He's been big all season for the Eagles. His cards have been doing big things as well. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. We've got his 2018 Prism Hyper up on the screen, number to 275 in PSA 10 condition. We've also got his Prism Red, White, and Blue. We're going to look at that one in raw condition. And then from Optic, we've got his Optic Hollow, from 2018 in raw condition. We've got his Optic Downtown from 2018 in PSA 10 condition. That's his rookie downtown there. And finally, his Donruss base card in PSA 10 condition. All of these up nicely over the last 30 days. Now, not every Saquon card is up over the last 30 days, but almost all of them are up over the course of the season because his cards have been hot all season long. He's been on the top 5 list a bunch of times. These ones in particular that we picked out here, they're up anywhere between about 15% and about 82%. His Hyper has jumped from $233 to $269 in PSA 10 from 2018. The Downtowns jumped from $850 to $980. The red, white, and blue in raw from $43 up to $57. The Optic Hollows jumped from $71 up to $119 in raw condition. And his Donruss base from 2018 in PSA 10 condition has jumped from around $64 up to $116. What a run Saquan Barkley's cards have been on. We've reached a big moment. It is time for today's number one card, but before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's show are from Market Movers, and now is the moment you need Market Movers because the card market is moving up. Market Movers will help you track how card values are changing every day, and Market Movers will help you track the value of your collection, which could be important right now because you might want to know when it is time to sell some of your cards. Get started with Market Movers for free. Go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar, or go to the App Store on your phone and search for Market Movers in the App Store and download the Market Movers app today to get started. Okay, here we are. The number one card of the week might not be a big surprise to you. It is Jaden Daniels, the quarterback for the Washington Commanders, and this is well-deserved. The Commanders did what many thought wasn't possible by beating the Detroit Lions, and they are now set up to face their division rival, the Eagles, in the NFC Championship game this upcoming Sunday. And of course, Jaden Daniels' play is a big reason why. He was remarkable against Detroit. He completed 22 of 31 passes for 299 yards and 2 touchdowns with no interceptions and no sacks. Incredible poise from Jaden Daniels. He became the 6th rookie quarterback ever to reach the conference championship game, and he will try to become the first rookie quarterback ever to win or to reach the Super Bowl. We've never had a rookie quarterback in the Super Bowl. He would be the first ever. Can he do it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. As you can imagine, his cards are going up. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. We've got several of his cards on the screen. His 2024 Topps Now draft card in PSA 10. We're going to look at his 2024 Topps Now. This is his base card from when he made set a rushing record. We're going to look at this one in PSA 10 as well. This is another 2024 Topps Now card. Most accurate game ever by a rookie quarterback. We're going to look at that one in PSA 10 condition. We're going to look at his Donruss Optic Preview Red Pandora in PSA 10. His Prism base card in raw condition. Some of these have been going absolutely nuts in the market. And then his Origins base card in PSA 10 condition. We'll look at all of these and look at the very right side of that chart. That tells the story of what these cards have done over the last couple of days since he beat Detroit. Absolutely incredible. Over the last 30 days, these cards are up anywhere between about 13% and all the way up at about 74%. That first Topps Now draft card I showed in PSA 10s jumped from $147 up to $231. His Optic Preview Red Pandora in PSA 10 has jumped from $352 all the way up to $585. His Prism base is currently sitting close to $50. His Origins base in PSA 10, my goodness, $405. The most recent sale of that card. You could have scooped that 30 days ago for $270. What a remarkable run for Jaden Daniels on the field, and what a remarkable run for Jaden Daniels football cards in the market. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe, and I hope we will see you here at Culture Collision and Culture Collision Trade Night on Saturday. Make sure to get Market Movers. Download that Market Movers app on your phone. Search Market Movers in the App Store so you can track all of these cards and everything happening in the sports card market. I appreciate you watching. See you soon with our next one. Take care.